Hello guys, so there's been a lot happening on the YouTube channel lately. You've probably noticed it's way more active than it usually is. And I've been putting, what other videos have been going up have been some pretty big heavy things. So I thought this was a good time to kind of explain a few of the videos that have gone up lately. I want to start with the DecaDriver review because I got so many different questions about that. I wanted to answer it in video form, just so everyone's kind of on the up and up about what went into it, and some of the question, and the one big question especially that I kept getting about that video afterwards. That one was a really involved video. I probably spent a good week, or maybe a week or two, like right up until this thing hit my doorstep, researching the toy, looking up photo galleries out of Japan, Japanese demonstration videos on YouTube. Because I had the original toy, physically I knew everything it did, and I could start writing the review before the toy even got here, and then when the toy came in, all I had to do was kind of adjust the facts based on what I couldn't make out from just seeing it in a video. You know, originally I thought there was a lot more die cast to the toy, for instance, but it just turned out to be like a really good paint job to look that way. One of the weirdest things I've ever done is because 3/4 of the review was written before I even had the toy. And problematic review as well, because the belt strap is actually, for many reasons, the belt strap is actually too long for the ride bucket to wear. Like, we almost went to like a ride bucket 2.0 in order to actually adorn the thing. There was the one gaffe in the facts, like, because the original review was just so error loaded, so many stupid guesses, and I don't know what I was doing. I tried really hard to get everything right this time, and I still screwed something up. I got the names of the songs backwards. It's my fault. It's my fault. I thought about it like 3 times. Like, go check the songs. You have them on file. Just go listen to them. See the titles. Make sure it's correct, and then write this into the script for all eternity. I took secondhand information, aka one of the videos out of Japan, which also got the names of the songs backwards. So there you go. So the error remains. Also, at one time, I thought I broke the toy before I even started recording. It actually fell and hit the ground just before I started, because the way my stage is set up, it's just like a little dinner tray table, you know, like the kind that just like folds out and lays down. But it's the blackboard's on the bottom, and on the back is foam board, so it's much wider than it is. So every now and then I don't get like the weight right, or I'll put something heavy on one side and something heavy on the other, and when I take one off, I forget to counterbalance the other, and that's what happened. I took a big heavy thing off one side, DecaDriver was on the other. I have a heart attack on the spot. It was stressful, because that's a good 15 minutes where I'm making sure nothing's rattling around, everything still works, all the LEDs function, all the sounds are still there. Because I already got one broken DecaDriver, I don't need a super expensive broken second one. There's a few things people did point out in the comments. Apparently DecaDrivers just don't age well. I hope this one is made a little bit better and can age properly. I'm going to be storing it away a lot better to avoid dust getting into it and things like that. Anything that could interfere or corrode the contact. Basically, at this point, like, I don't know how to take care of a DecaDriver, because I thought having the card in it for so many years messed up the buttons. Apparently not. People told me that they had no card in it for for when they stored it away, and then it just happened to break. So that's really unfortunate about that toy. I'm really hoping the new one's a little bit better. I'm hoping it's a little bit more secure. There's a bunch of little things that happen. Nothing really noteworthy beyond, I almost broke the thing. The big thing everyone was asking, everyone wanted to know about the cards that I printed out for the review. Where I got the barcodes, where I got the image, like people wondering if I just printed them out or where can they go to get them. The 9 cards I showed you are the only 9 that exist. I custom made those just for the sake of the review. And I could make them exactly like they look in the card, but one, I wanted to show that the cards were not real. And 2, I really wanted to save my printer. Cards don't do well when you print them on both sides. Like for these cards, I have index card stock. Like I have like paper thick enough to act as cards for the DecaDriver being the main one, but the Blade Rouser and the 10 Soder also works with cards that thick. So I keep this big stack around just for toys that take cards. But it doesn't work when you double layer them, and if you print that much heavy ink on both sides, aside from risking them being off and looking weird, the paper tends to wrinkle up really bad. Like even the cards I printed ended up being a little bit warped because of how much ink had to go into them. So ultimately, printing cards is best done just with the barcode and just what the name of whatever sound effect it makes on the card. To get those, I went through like a dozen different Japanese videos, and not just on YouTube. There's some I had to pull off Twitter because I couldn't find ones on YouTube that had the noises I was looking for. And I'm sure they're up now. I'm sure you can find them now. But people are asking me, oh, can you like provide the barcodes? Can you like make a sheet that I can print and do this? One, as we've stated, printing them isn't that easy. 2, I don't know how to format the images in order to get them to you in a way that they would still work, like print out of the right size when you got them. I also don't know where to upload them because they are really big. They take up like the full sheet of printer paper. So I don't know how to provide them in a way where it's not going to get compressed, because every like image upload site I know of compresses them down to a certain size. So that's not really going to work. Not to mention there's 215 codes, and like honestly I don't have the time to make an entire sheet, an entire like compatible set of images for those, because there's only 9 cards fitting on one image of this. That's a lot of sheets that I don't have time to make. And not to mention the new sounds, like even if you had the cards, they're only going to work in the new DecaDriver, which is so expensive and hard to get right now. It's not going to be that handy for most. So, like, even if you have the barcode for, like, the drive henshin, the old DecaDrivers will not play it. So, like, I didn't know what good those barcodes would do for most people. So, it's just too long didn't read version. It's a lot of trouble to make those cards, and I'm not really in a position to provide them, so I do apologize for that. But I'm sure someone will make like an easy little print out PDF of everything at some point. I don't know, it depends on how much demand there is, and if someone actually has the time to do it, because that someone is not me. Not this time, because like as I'm recording this, as soon as I'm done recording, I'm going back to TJOmega scripts, which I'm hoping is going to be the entirety of April, on top of everything else that I'll probably be releasing in April. That kind of brings me to the videos that came up earlier this week. I brought Random Review back. Now, there's a major reason why I brought Random Review back, and I'll get into that in another vlog that'll be out tomorrow. It's gonna be like the most like serious and like real video I've ever had for you guys. And when you see the title of the video, you're probably not going to like it in one way or another. But I beg you, this is like the most important video I will have ever posted. So if you're watching that, please keep an eye out, because I'm gonna need you guys here. But as for the random reviews themselves, I'll get into like the big reasons tomorrow, but the random review itself, I went through January and most of February just completely dead because I just had so much trouble getting the time for all the big things I'd like to do. I stopped doing random review because it wasn't challenging to me anymore. You know, just creatively, I was looking for, I was looking to go bigger. I was looking for a challenge. You know, I wanted to do stuff that was pre-scripted, so I made less errors and left fewer things out. You know, which, like the RID Strong Arm video, I completely missed her weapon storage, which is embarrassing for me. So that was that was a bad way of kicking the series back off. But I was trying to create a format with TJ reviews where it was very professional, it was very clean. You didn't see my hands in the way. There's enough motion to, make it, to justify being a video. And trying to get my genuine opinions about the toy out and still be as informative as possible, and work in a little bit of time for like scripted jokes and a little bit of humor here and there. But I'm aware that a lot of people like just the old style, point the camera and talk about the toy style review because it feels more genuine and you get more honest response and reaction out of the person reviewing the toy. And that's good too. Like, I recorded those videos and it was actually kind of fun to do. Like, trying to, like, because I speak better on camera than I used to, because I used to be just so stiff and so uncomfortable. And I still have problems. I and a little bit too much, and I'm trying really hard to avoid that, recording random reviews now. But I'd like to think I speak better on camera, and I'm a little bit quicker to think about what I'm going to say and work in a little bit of humor as I'm just kind of being rambly about a toy. So I'm going to be doing that a lot. If all goes well, and it should, because the random reviews are not difficult to do in the least, those will be a regular thing on the channel. I consider them a side project. If I want to do something like a Kamen Rider toy or a major Transformer release, like, yes, I do have Masterpiece Star Saber on the way. It's going to be my last big purchase for a while, but he is on the way, and he'll be getting a full TJ reviews, the rotating tray, the stage, all the close-ups, big angles, and pre-scripted everything, so I get everything in. It's going to be an enormous review, because it's an enormous toy. And I'm hoping it'll be out by the end of the month. It depends on how well scripting goes for Toy-Sember videos, and how long it takes for me to get the toy and really get to know how everything works on it. So there's a lot of factors, but I would like to have it out by the end of the month. Let's see. So yeah, TJ Reviews isn't going away. Random Review I view as a side project, just something to keep the channel busy, because I still know people like it, but it is something that's not difficult for me to release. And as a result, outside of tomorrow, because I don't want any, outside of Monday, because I don't want anything distracting from the vlog I will be posting on Monday, you will see a new random review every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's 3 a week. It's always going to be on those 3 days. I'll upload them sometime in the afternoon or early evening. So it's regular content that's always going to be there. You check the channel on those days, and there it's going to be. The thing that everyone asked me, for those who have been around long enough to remember the old random review, what happened to the Magic Bag of Destiny? Well, on a crowd participation level, I really liked the bag. I liked getting you guys into what I'm doing, get a little bit of fan interaction going. I don't, however, like the end result that it had on my end, because the requests would be all over the place. Like, I would pull out a chip for one series and get requests for a completely different series. Like even clearly explained some, and there were some chips that people just didn't understand. You know, like I've got a bunch of toys that are, I got one or two Transformers from one series, one or two Transformers from other series, a bunch of one-off Transformers that have no series, and to make a chip that covers all of them, nobody understood. So it became really messy. I got a lot of requests for Plastic Addict toys, things that I would never cover in such a short amount of time or in such a way. I would get requests for, God, what else was it? I would get, I got requests for toys that didn't exist. Which, if you remember my April Fool's video for the Invisible Mirage, was kind of my tongue-in-cheek response to requests like that. You know, like, well, that toy doesn't exist, so okay, here's what a review looks like when I'm reviewing a toy that isn't real. So that's what that was. So it was just, it provided a nice bit of fan interaction, but it was such a mess, and it became such a headache. I want to keep the random review just that, random, you know? I want you guys to be able to know that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, there is going to be a new Transformer review on the channel. But I want you guys to come see what it's going to be. I want, you know, no hints, no private guesses, and I'll try to make it some of the more interesting things in the collection. You know, I'm probably not going to review a movie Bumblebee of any kind or any toy that has been covered ad nauseum. But I've had some interesting requests that I'm probably going to go through with just because they, you know, I'm not taking requests for this series, at least not yet. But some people who commented on the return of the series, and I'm very happy that it seemed to be so well received this week, a lot of people just had little ideas about, you know, what would be good to cover on the series, and it's like, well, yeah, I hadn't thought of that. So, you know, never, like, be afraid of suggesting anything to me for potential videos, because every now and then, like, I might not use it exactly as you suggest it, but sometimes it triggers that little bit of inspiration that makes me go out and try something completely weird, you know? So, that's what Random Review is going to be. It's going to be my choice in the toys, but I'll keep them interesting. At least I hope I'll keep them interesting for you guys. And it's going to be regular content you're always going to know will be there. You know, and hopefully it's fun. I think the more I do them, the more I'm going to get back into that groove, and the more the smoother the product will eventually come out. So it'll get better over time. That's the nice way of looking at it. So that's, for today, that's about all I wanted to cover, because those are the two big topics on my channel for the past couple weeks, was the DecaDriver and the new random reviews, and why certain things aren't available in that series anymore. But hopefully it's for the best. Hopefully it keeps the series interesting and lets me have the freedom I wanted in the format originally. So I'm kind of looking at the walls right now and going, that'll be neat, that'll be neat, that'll be neat, that'll be neat. So we will keep it interesting, and for once we'll keep it active around here. So no more dead months. That's the key. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this vlog up here, and then I'm gonna hit record again, and I'm gonna record probably the toughest thing I've ever had to record for you guys. We're going to be talking about some very real subjects, a lot of personal issues that I'd never really gotten into, but hopefully I'm doing it for the right reason. So stay tuned for that, and please, like, pay attention to it, because it is really going to be important. Alright, so for now, though, we'll keep this vlog upbeat and happy, and, well, we're talking goofy toy stuff. So, if you didn't see the random reviews, go check them out. And next week, only 2 more next week, but then we'll go back. We'll hit the 3 a week. And yes, that even includes during Toycember, which is in April. We're doing Toycember Spring Break. So, I just committed myself to 43 videos in April. Fun!